In any relationship, there's a talker and there's a listener. In most cases, the talker is the selfish one, and the listener, the generous one. Lucas Hart is not a talker, and of that he is proud. However, he will go to the ends of the earth to avoid listening. In this case, the ends of the earth is a house on an iceberg just off the coast of Utqiagvik, Alaska. In Utqiagvik, the northernmost town in America, the sun doesn't set for months in the summer and doesn't rise for months in the winter. And on Lucas's iceberg of residence, there is little to no chance he will come across another human. Lucas is an exception to a well-worn distinction between the good person and the bad person. If Lucas talks, everything goes wrong. If he listens, even more goes wrong. So, relationships for him are complicated, and the only way to keep the world from exploding is to isolate himself. We'll get into that soon. So no, Lucas has not seen another person in years, but he is not lonely. He has his watch, which, like him, neither listens nor talks, unless it's announcing changes in his heart rate. Plus, he has no time to worry about loneliness with his routine.
Your heart rate is 120 BPM.
Which he's perfected in the 15 years he's lived alone. First, he puts on his bike helmet and knee pads to take out the trash. He's had a lot of trash lately from his new project, baby-proofing all the corners of his house. After he covers 14 corners, he gets to work on his art. Or at least his paint-by-numbers project. He hasn't made much progress lately. By then, it's 4:14 p.m. The sun never shows this time of year, so he makes himself a nice dinner of a sun butter and jelly sandwich, which doesn't require boiling water and has little to no chance of causing food poisoning, and then he takes his magnesium gummies and goes to bed. Lucas's routine is good for him. He doesn't like his heart to pound. He likes to know exactly what he'll see each morning when he opens his blinds. Step one of his daily routine. Now, you might say, a little thrill isn't the end of the world.
Your heart rate is 180 BPM.
But to Lucas, it is. Don't worry. Episode 1. Lucas makes a friend. Officer Price had woken up too late to make coffee himself at home, and now he was saggy-eyed.
Your name, sir?
Lucas Hart.
Grimes, get in here!
So no coffee? Or do you want me to get coffee and come back and get in there, or get in there now and get coffee after?
Grimes! We've got Mr. Lucas Hart in here.
Who?
The Lucas Hart. You know, house on the iceberg, get off my lawn, crazy grumpy Scrooge village Grinch Lucas Hart. Just look. So, Mr. Hart, tell me, what brings you to the police station today?
I know what happened to Georgie Jones.
Aren't you glad I brought you in here? Nobody's talked to him in years, but the last officer said he spouted some really crazy stuff. All right, here we go. Tell us what happened from your perspective, please.
I'm finding this to be somewhat of a stressful environment. Could I meditate for a second?
Mr. Hart, we've got mysteries to solve, criminals to catch.
Okay. Just hear me out, all right? It's not gonna seem very likely.
Mr. Hart, you should know that here at the police station, we value, listen to, and act on... Grimes, you know this one. Or at least you should.
The law?
Facts. Facts and facts only. And the law. That's our trade. Where's my coffee, Grimes? Anyway, let's stick to the facts, Mr. Hart, okay? I don't work in law enforcement for shits and giggles. Tell me what happened to Georgie Jones.
I don't have company very often.
Alert. Your heart rate is 180 BPM. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
Can you read? Because I just put up that no trespassing sign, and I'd really like it to garner some respect. Can you hear me? Look, man, I don't know what you want, but you should leave. Can you speak? Well, good. You could have been dead meat by now. It's good you just stand there.
The mysterious man, who didn't talk much, scribbled on a clipboard and held it up.
I tried to warn people with the sign. Home Depot only had no trespassing signs and beware of dog signs available for air delivery. They should really have beware of guy signs. Anyway, you can't stay.
The two of them ended up around a campfire on Lucas's front lawn, or a pile of wood and a light-up diffuser because Lucas didn't like fire.
This is nice. Two guys shooting the shit over some chocolate milks. Hey, want to hear a quick song I wrote?
Lucas didn't wait for an answer to grab his guitar.
When the world is out to get you, your turn. Okay, actually, I'll do it. Don't you worry, child.
A quick song turned into an album, and then a memoir.
He said he would go to my game. He promised. I had the coach stall for an hour, but he never showed. I appreciate that. Can I say something? Okay, here we go. You're kind of like my best friend. You. Anyway, I've talked your ear off long enough.
The sun rose, or barely scratched the horizon in Ukiyadvik terms, and Lucas had become a talker. Georgie, his jaw wired shut after reconstructive surgery, had no choice but to be a listener.
I'm making us some tea. How hot do you take it? How's 10 seconds? We don't want to burn tongues here. This is great. Isn't it great? To connect with someone. Now I know I don't have to be all alone. All I have to do is find really quiet friends. Do you know anyone else with one of those jaw contraptions?
Mr. Hart, I need you to skip a few beats of the story here. I am not your therapist, and neither was Georgie, by the way. I mean, come on. You don't confide in your HOA representative. And hurry this up, Mr. Hart.
Georgie, the HOA representative, held his clipboard right in Lucas's face where he couldn't ignore it anymore. Your place of residence has multiple violations of the covenants, conditions, and restrictions of our homeowners association. These infractions include... Of course, Lucas stopped reading there.
You're not my friend. You're from the HOA.
It was a statement Lucas would live to regret.
I won't read it. No. Don't you worry, child. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Georgie cornered him by the water.
Look, you, with me, it's out of mind, out of sight, okay? I'm dangerous. I'm really dangerous, and you don't want to know what I can do. Oh, God, please, I'm begging you. Don't make me read my HOA violations. Don't you have covenants to enforce? Come on, we're best friends, you. Ah!
Georgie slammed Lucas to the ground and pried his eyelids open. And here is what Lucas read. 1. Overflowing mailbox. 2. Rotting front porch steps. 3. Uncovered waste could attract polar bears. Lucas pushed Georgie off and ran inside. He grabbed his headphones, his lifeline, from the living room couch.
Get out! Before it hits 200, get out!
Finally, Georgie listened. He backed through the front door. But didn't make it far. First, the stuffed mailbox spitballed letters all over, which prompted a growl from the dumpster. Then, Georgie ran down the front porch steps, only to step right through the wood of the second step, breaking his shin. He rolled, got up, and limped toward his boat. And then a polar bear emerged from the dumpster and leapt at Georgie.
Georgie Jones is not missing. He's dead. I manifested the polar bear that mauled him.
You've got quite the imagination, Mr. Hart, but I'm a busy man. I've got speeding tickets to give out generously so my wife can spend our retirement fund on my kids' useless Christmas presents. So, back to the facts, and make it shorter this time.
Sir, do you want this coffee still?
Yes, Grimes. Jesus, do I have to beg? Tell me, Grimes, what month is it?
November?
And in Alaska, where we live, how would you describe the general weather patterns at this time of year?
Cold?
So why is there an iceberg-carrying, girly, bitter bitter cold ocean of coffee in my cup. I need a piping hot cup of black coffee to warm my icy soul pronto. Or so help me God, I will lose my shit. New hires, am I right? You gotta be hard on them. Just like I'm about to be hard on you. I don't believe your story, Mr. Hart. It's even a little cuckoo, if I'm being frank. I mean, if you killed Georgie...
It wasn't me. It was my condition.
You mean to say you're turning yourself in? For murder? Come on, give us a bit of a challenge. I mean, should I lock you up now, or should I give you a head start to run away? Ha! Whenever you're ready, Mr. Hart. Whenever you're ready. It was just a little joke, so on the sooner side of when you're ready would be great.
When his heart rate settled down, Lucas unlocked himself from the bathroom.
Well, glad you're feeling better. Look, Mr. Hart, friend to friend, I'd want to take it easy on you. To tell you the truth, my daughter goes to therapy. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but don't tell anyone. The point is, Ukiakvik is a place for more Paul Bunyan types. You might do better somewhere where the sun rises every day, and you don't have to see the eyes of the fish you eat. Your story just doesn't add up, Mr. Hart. If Georgia got mauled by a polar bear, then why haven't we found the body? Point is, you need psychiatric help. Got any family?
Just my sister. But she's far away. I shouldn't...
No problem. That's what planes are for. Point is, sir, seems to me like your time in Ukiakvik has come to a bittersweet conclusion. I'm setting you up with an LPS conservatorship. Social services will find your sister and fly you out to her.
I can't get on a plane. I'd crash the whole thing.
Nah. Grimes,
Watch the news. Put me on a plane and I'll crash it.
put me on a treadmill and I might finally lose some interest.
You don't believe me?
Here at the station, we believe in the facts. And the law. Come on, Mr. Hart, lighten up. If you murdered Georgie with your mind, then I'm letting you off the hook. And if you're so afraid of everything, what could possibly be a worse place for you than jail?
There's one place.
Are you a California thrill-monger? Come to...
Macho Man Ski Resort.
Are you tired of boring ski resorts with really low injury rates? Want a little or a lot of danger?
Macho Man Ski Resort.
Want to pay $8 for a Kroger hot cocoa packet and a cup of water?
Macho Man Ski Resort.
It all started when founder Jay Hart, not necessarily a woman.
Although, in an ideal world, women should not have to abbreviate their names to earn respect.
Received a large inheritance and came across a steep mountain with sparse snow and lots of sharp edges and said, "This is the place," just like the Mormons.
Macho Man Ski Resort.
Life-threatening injuries guaranteed.
Grumbling extreme skiers lined up at 7 a.m. to get their rented skis fitted, even though they all had their own skis due to a new revenue-driven company policy.
Excuse me. ¿Y crees que eso es culpa de la estación de esquí?
This translates to, and you think that's the ski resort's fault? See, Jovi Hart, Lucas's sister in California, had been dealing with a lawsuit involving malfunctioning machinery.
Understaffed, Jovi. Understaffed. What are you, trapped in molasses? Get up here and give me your skis,
I'll take the next
bozo.
customer here. Parlez-vous français? Si.
Being quadrilingual makes Jovi Hart a better communicator, sometimes. What she meant to say here was not si, the Spanish word for yes, but rather the French word.
Oui.
Jovi tightened the skis with a screwdriver as she listened to the Spanish-speaking customer on the phone scold her. See, the yes in Spanish not only confused the French customer, but also the Spanish-speaking customer who thought it was directed at him.
Espera. No estaba hablando contigo. Lo sé, el remonte chocó y te tiró en el aire, me dijiste. Quizás deberías haber agarrado más fuerte.
She said, "Wait, no. I wasn't talking to you. I know, the ski lift abruptly stopped and swung you off. You told me. Maybe you should have held on.
Hay que firmar aquí, por favor.
Sign here, please." The French customer looked at her like she was speaking a foreign language, because she was. But he got the message and signed the waiver anyway.
Ce n'était pas pour vous. Tabarnak.
Jovi had said to the Spanish customer, "That wasn't for you," but in French. So the Frenchman, confused by the words spoken in French but directed at the Spanish customer, scribbled out his signature, effectively nullifying the validity of the waiver.
You're worse than usual today.
I know, I got a weird call. And here
Incoming
comes
call.
another one.
Steve Lawyer Man.
Fiddle shits, I'm late. Cover for me, okay?
Lucas didn't know how to safely roll his suitcase over the hole Georgia had planted in his front porch step. It was there that he realized his routine was over, forever. Social services had given him the following information. 1. Jovi ran a ski resort in California. 2. She would have a wedding within the month. 3. She offered to take him in for a while. Steve Lawyer Man slid a manila folder labeled Action Plan in all caps across the cafe table to Jovi.
Jesus Christ, do I have to read all of this?
Yes, you do.
I hardly have time to shower. I find time.
You've got to read the action plan.
Why should I have to work for everything? It's like I don't deserve it.
Nobody deserves anything. I go to the gym at 5 a.m. every morning. Think I deserve, well, this?
Steve, I know. I'm joking. It's a Calvin and Hobbes quote.
Well, at least put some quotes around it.
Oh my god, serious Steve made a serious joke?
You're gonna have to fit all this stuff into your schedule if we're gonna win this. I know you're busy, but you have to be on your best game. Get good sleep, drink water, stay on top of it. And by the way, we're gonna change the resort's name and the ad on air.
You don't like Macho Man Ski Resort?
Jovi. Life-threatening injuries guaranteed. Life-threatening injuries guaranteed? Come on! And stop making personal calls to the plaintiff.
Okay, it's just my brother's flying in tonight. The Alaskan police have informed me that he's been living in a town that sounds like a keyboard smash, and he's so sick in the head they won't let him live in Ubliagik, Alaska anymore.
You mean Utqiagvik?
Uvikik?
Utqiagvik.
Obelisk?
Utqiagvik.
Point is, I'm legally obligated to wait for him to not show up at the airport. So reading War and Peace or any literature of comparable length is out of the question.
If you don't think he's gonna show up, then why are you going at all?
Clark? Who's fitting skis?
It's Dave. Again. What would that man do without you attached to his hip?
Who's Dave?
Oh, it's, Dave, the man I'm getting surgically attached to my hip.
Read the action plan.
Being a small business owner with many responsibilities, Jovi has to keep a cool head, even in the midst of lawsuits and taxes and wimpy balance sheets begging to consume her every waking minute. But what takes up most of Jovi's time is her fiancé, Dave.
I'm pretty sure you're one concussion away from a record.
You're not the ski patrol.
They wouldn't come. I wonder why. Honey, how did taking the day off to plan the wedding involve shredding a gnarly slope?
I'm sorry, Jove.
Jovi lifted her fiancé onto the toboggan.
I let you down. I swear, I thought I'd just do one run, but then one run turned into... How many fingers am I holding up? Oh, God, it's the fingers of a bachelor. I still haven't gotten the rings. You're pulling my weight, Jay. Literally, but also metaphorically.
She picked up the toboggan's handles.
Be gentle.
Dragging Dave down a slope on a sled behind her, she accidentally aligned his head with a bump.
Cha-ching! Guinness World Records, here we come!
Ow. 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 Ow.
When it rains, it pours. So much so that slight inconveniences feel like catastrophes. Such was the case with Lucas, arriving at his airport gate, where the only available seat faced a window overlooking the runway.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
He fumbled for his headphones until a hand tapped his shoulder.
Hey,
The man had a resting, "I'm gonna kill you" face, adorned with tattoos, and a super intimidating leather jacket that indicated one thing: danger.
I'll move my stuff, man.
Wow. Thanks, man.
So, what's getting you on a plane?
I basically got kicked out of town, and now I have to go stay with my sister in California. Or avoid her so that I can't ruin her life.
Not a family guy?
Not at all.
I think I get it, man. Hey, do you believe in fate?
More like I created.
Maybe we met today so that I can offer you some advice.
Yeah?
10 years ago, I left my daughter, and I thought she'd never forgive me. I hurt her when I was around, and I hurt her when I left. I never came back because I couldn't take the guilt. And the thing is, the day I finally came back 5 years ago, I hurt her then too.
Exactly. Just stay away. That's what I always say.
I'd do it all again.
What?
Let me ask you this. When you put her at a distance, are you doing it for her, or are you doing it for you?
I don't want to be alone.
Sure you don't. Hey, if you stick around in California,
The man handed Lucas a card. The card read, "Carl Velo, sponsor. Sobriety for our daughters."
we meet Tuesdays. Stay strong.
Oh, I'm not Thank you.
Flight 1926 is now boarding.
For that moment, he felt ready. All he had to do was board, take his sleeping medication, and pass out at a resting heart rate. Maybe there was a way to make this reunion work. But then again, when it rains, it pours. And Lucas felt a pain in his leg. He turned around to find a young child wearing a Superman shirt.
Lex Luthor!
So Lucas put on his headphones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He discovered now how heavy the child's backpack was. He held out his boarding pass. They scanned it. He ran down the tunnel, feeling the presence of the child behind him.
Now tell yourself, what's an affirmation to remember today?
The plane is not gonna crash. The plane is not gonna crash. The plane is not gonna crash.
Oh, Lex Luthor! Here I come!
Alert. Your heart rate is 200.
In Los Angeles, Jovi waited in baggage claim for her brother to arrive. Or not arrive. She searched for him in each crowd that came down the escalator, but his face never appeared.
Turn on the TV.
Hold on, Carol. We're getting reports that a flight from Anchorage, Alaska to Los Angeles is emergency landing on Victoria Island, Canada.
In the pool of anxious people who believe they have superpowers, Lucas is the odd one out who really does. Many ordinary, anxious people believe they have psychic abilities because when, say, a hurricane hits, they've probably had a recent fleeting thought about hurricanes. No, it's not such a coincidence when they've considered the possibility of every misfortune. But who can refuse the validation that promises to turn gut-wrenching what-ifs into that-happened moments? Moments where the fear, for once, prepared you. It's a peacefulness that arises only in disaster. This is what Lucas was thinking as the plane went down.
Your heart rate is 100 BPM.
Even in the most desperate of situations, it feels good to be right. On the night shift at the Utqiagvik police station, Officer Price opened a tab on Firefox.
Oh, what the hell? News, Alaskan, airlines.
Right now, it's headed for the coast of Victoria Island, Canada.
I can't get on a plane. I'd crash the whole thing.
Grimes!
Meanwhile, in the wee hours of the night, Dave was recovering from his concussion, or delaying his recovery by watching TV.
As emergency teams rescue survivors, we're waiting to hear word on casualties. Rescue teams are hospitalizing survivors immediately.
Dave's glass of orange juice was empty and out of immediate reach.
Calling Jovi Hart.
The sun was just peeking over the horizon when Jovi received the call at Victoria General Hospital.
Hey, it's you.
There he was, her brother Lucas, all banged up in the hospital bed, smiling. She felt that relief you get from remembering an old version of someone you love before you learned too much about them.
You came. You got in a plane and you came.
And now I'll be taking a train back home.
Jovi smiled like the reservoir of passive aggression she was. She walked out of the room, but stopped.
Well, that was quick. Shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. I almost stayed stone-faced this time. So close. Oh, so you're not going to give me an explanation with that "I don't do stress" bullshit? Sorry, I know injured people are particularly sensitive to curse words.
She had finally let him know how she felt. This time, she didn't play the crying little girl as he walked to the bus station with his bike helmet and duffel bag.
What?
There's one catch. She said it all in German.
Naja, stell dir vor, ich hörte mir keine großen Hoffnungen machen sollen. Diesmal ich fast keine meiner versorgen. So viel dazu. Oh, also erklärst du mir nicht diesem Quatsch. Ich mag keinen Stress. Entschuldigung, ich weiß, dass verletzte Menschen in Krankenhausbetten besonders empfindlich auf Schimpfwörter reagieren.
What?
Fick dich!
Jovi Hart considers herself to be a gentle person. However, after her father died and her brother left, she fell into a bit of a bullying habit, about which her 5th grade teacher gave her life-changing wisdom. If you have nothing nice to say nothing at all. Jovi took this advice seriously, because she was about to be expelled. And what she found was that this was impossible. So, she took to learning insults and curse words in foreign languages. which tended to offend people less. To this day, she only has nice things to say. In English.
Fick dick! Fick dick! Fick dick!
What are you saying?
She's shouting a particular profanity in German.
Du nicht nutziges Mistkerl! Du hast mich im Stich gelassen und meinen Kopf verarscht. Ich habe Jahre darauf gewartet, dir das anzutun, du Feigling!
This translates to, you good-for-nothing piece of shit, you abandoned me and fucked me up in the head. I've been waiting years to do this to you, you coward.
You're raising my heart rate.
Ah, du und dein lass mich keine Emotionen spüren und ich kann mit Verantwortung nicht umgehen. Und ich gehe lieber mit dem Hund spazieren, als auf deiner Karate-Gürtel-Zeremonie zu gehen, denn ich will meine Routine nicht unterbrechen. Fick dich!
You and your don't make me feel emotions, and I can't handle responsibility, and I'd rather walk the dog than go to your karate belt ceremony because I don't want to break my routine. Fuck you!
Your heart rate is 180 BPM. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
Back in Utqiagvik, Officer Price and Officer Grimes took a canoe out to Lucas's house on the iceberg, and they stood before what Price believed was a crime scene, with a plan to get a warrant after they found the evidence.
Coffee, sir?
You couldn't have offered before I put on the gloves? Now, we have reason to believe that Lucas Hart is more dangerous than we thought. A day before he got on that plane, he threatened me, tugged on my heartstrings with his neurotic shtick while telling me the plane would go down if I made him get on it. I believe that Lucas Hart murdered Georgie Jones. And if he's a cold-blooded killer, we're the ones who let him off scot-free. It's okay. Be ashamed. The hell is that?
I made 4 coffees of various temperatures to make sure you got one you liked.
That's a waste. A waste of money and a waste of resources. Christ! Now I have to drink all of those. For the polar bears. Ow! You're right, that one was way too hot. Now give me the next.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, at Victoria Island Hospital, Lucas was searching for his headphones in his duffel bag.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
He headed to the door to get help,
I sense shame in this room.
but a woman who smelt like burnt plants and essential oils appeared in the doorway.
Ah, I found the source of the emotional stench that reeks through the corridors of this hospital.
Get out of my way!
Lucas pushed past her, or tried.
My name is Aisha Star Searcher. I am a world-renowned psychic, and I keep shop next door. Just one visit with me, one peek into my teacups, one look into my orb will change your life. Plus, I sell tarot cards and other various celestial gadgets.
Lucas fought past her and ran down the hall.
And headphones.
You're a real psychic?
Pish posh, the posers ruin it for all of us.
Can you slow my heart rate in the next 30 seconds?
For an hour session's rate, yes, I can.
Then
shh.
The psychic had him recline on a hospital bed.
Don't shush me.
This is the call of the ocean. Shh. Engage your senses. Do you hear it?
He started to get up.
Maybe I should...
But she sat him back down.
Do you see it?
I think.
Do you feel the breeze?
Yes. Yes, I do.
What do you see?
I'm on the sand. There's a ferry passing by.
Are you alone?
No.
Well, say your piece.
I lost my best friend, and it was my fault.
I didn't know.
She took his hand.
What was he like?
His name was Georgie. He was quiet. I don't know anything else, really. That's what I liked about him.
Lucas, why won't you get to know anyone? Not even your sister.
Because I'll hurt you just like I hurt him.
You've already hurt me.
I do it for you, Jovi. It's a thankless job. I know you hate me for it. I know I've hurt you, but you just have to trust me that it could be a lot worse. I stay away from you to protect you. Staying away from you is the only way I can protect you.
At that moment, Lucas knew what to say to his sister.
Up, your payment! Shit.
The psychic noticed a pair of headphones tangled up in the sheets. Lucas ran into the parking lot, where Jovi walked past a murder of crows pecking at something dead.
Jovi!
Gee golly, it's you again!
She was not excited.
You're in or out of my life, Lucas. Choose.
I just wanted to... You need to find someone else to take care of you.
Since when are you taking care of me?
No, I mean... Oh, that came out wrong. The crows are scaring me. I have to go.
And he ran back inside. In the end, it played out how Jovi expected. What she didn't realize, however, was that Lucas was only trying to protect her from the off chance that the crows would see Jovi and remember the child who ran over one of their kin on a bike. Crows are to be taken seriously. They remember faces and take revenge. The psychic had been found and kicked out of the hospital. Making her way back to her shop, she walked past Jovi in the parking lot.
I sense passive aggression from you. Darling, you must change your life.
Oh, shut up!
Sunlight beat into Jovi and Dave's home, dehydrating Dave like a big hunk of beef jerky. His hand still reached for the orange juice. Dave got up and picked up the carton.
Oh, man. It's lukewarm. I'm coming! You're that lawyer, man.
And you're that...
Dave.
Okay. I'm looking for Jovi. Sorry, who are you exactly?
I'm her fiancé. You are?
Steve. You know, the lawyer man. Steve.
Sneeze.
Just tell her to call me about the lawsuit.
Okay, Wheeze. I better get back to my pull-ups, which is why I'm so sweaty.
Oh, where the hell are they?
At Victoria General Hospital, Lucas tossed round covers to find his headphones. Instead of his headphones, he found a business card. Aisha Star Searcher, psychic medium, deducer of the knots of intuition, 2 Hospital Way, Victoria.
Your heart rate is 190 BPM.
That scam artist! She took my headphones! My headphones!
Your heart rate is 199 BPM.
Oh, God!
Lucas rustled through his duffel bag. He put on his protective gear, just in time for his heart rate to read.
Alert. Your heart rate is 200.
Lucas ran out of the hospital. A giant dog with a foaming mouth turned to the street corner, choking himself in his collar as he yanked his owner towards Lucas. When the dog lurched, his owner lost grip of the leash. Lucas saw only gnashing teeth before he awoke from his flight response and found himself darting into the psychic shop next door. Glass orbs, mood rings, crystals, and rows of celestial curtains, at the end of which sat the psychic, Aisha, mid-session.
I'm getting something. What's pressing on your marriage is resentment. Does that mean anything to you? Resentment?
You stole my headphones!
Yes. I predicted this. I predicted I would be framed for theft today. No matter, I see a forgiving conclusion. Now let's explore the Sahara of the ego, in which there are thunderstorms.
Oh, God, not thunderstorms!
Alert. Your heart rate is 200.
Okay, I have better things to do with my time, so I am not going to pay you. And instead, I'm going to continue to fuel my impending divorce by attacking your character while you continue to rip people off. See you in the Sahara of the ego or whatever. Clear skies.
Do not be mistaken by my smiling face.
You look constipated.
But I am very, very angry. And trying very hard not to get angrier by letting out this anger that I already have. So please, very calmly, give me back my headphones.
Only if you pay me first. You owe me for an hour session, thief.
You only helped me for about 30 seconds. I don't have the bandwidth to haggle. Just give me back the headphones, or else...
Or else what?
I'm trying not to think about it, but trust me, you won't like it.
Your headphones are broken.
Oh my God!
It's $150 for an hour. Sit down.
She guided him to her ottoman.
You have to help me lower my heart rate, or else...
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Or else everyone in the world will turn on you. Your house will fall apart. The FBI will come after you.
Your heart rate is 195.
What's that?
BPM.
I have to keep my heart rate under 200 or bad things happen.
So you constantly check this watch to make sure you never feel uncomfortable?
Exactly.
Aisha took his wrist and turned the volume off.
I think I can help you.
He pulled his wrist away. She grabbed it again.
I helped you last time, didn't I? Trust me. Now tell me what you're afraid of without looking.
Just stop me if it hits 200. Promise me.
I'll get your heart rate down, I promise.
I'm scared of everything. And that wasn't a problem when I had a routine, but I got kicked out of town and sent to live with my sister who hates me, and my routine is ruined. So now, I'm so afraid of everything, I can't distract myself anymore. And clearly that means I shouldn't go to her wedding, but if I don't go to her wedding, she'll hate me forever. But then again, if I do go to her wedding, it will crash and burn, and her marriage will fall apart, and I'll destroy the whole ski resort. But then again, so what if I don't go? I've already seen her, I'm already afraid. So maybe I've already ruined everything. And now she's driving home all alone, and I'm sure she's a bad driver. And she's just a little kid, so I don't know what did she'd do if a creep with a white van offered her candy. Oh, and here's the cherry on top. Now I'm scared of the FBI coming after me because I turned myself in for murder, like an idiot. And I miss Georgie, and I feel like a murderer, but I didn't mean to hurt him. He was the only friend that I've had since I was a kid, and now he's dead.
That was quite an icebreaker. How's your heart rate now?
She let him read his watch.
120?
Feels good to let it out, huh?
It did. But that's never worked before. It never hit 200.
You feel better now, don't you?
It's just, once my heart rate hits 200, the things I'm afraid of, they actually happen.
Come on.
Here's your tip.
Did it hit 200?
Aisha held a soggy $20 bill in her hand. It should be noted that while Lucas confided in Aisha about his fears, he remained fearful about vengeful crows. And as she fueled her car at a gas station en route to California,
I could use a massage.
she felt a breeze.
I didn't mean a head massage!
Meanwhile, Price and Grimes continued to investigate Lucas's house, or prepare to start investigating.
The front porch has a hole in it. Let's see if we can find some DNA from there. Some blood, some spit, any human fluid. Write that down.
Yeah, let me just...
Quickly! I gotta take a leak thanks to your kiss-up attitude. 4 cups of coffee. We're gonna find evidence in that house. If only Georgie was here with us. He'd tell us what that bastard did. Where are you, pal?
And they headed to the door. Meanwhile, Jovi, safe inside her car, put ointment on the crow scratches on her face. And then, a white van, exactly like the one Lucas was afraid would lead to Jovi's kidnapping, pulled up beside him.
You want some candy?
Maybe try that trick on a 7-year-old?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks for the advice.
As she pulled away, she thought to herself,
What is the deal with today?
the deal was that Lucas feared she was a poor driver, so she promptly crashed into a pole. Lucas lay on the floor as Aisha typed a number into the telephone behind the front desk.
What were all the things I was afraid of? I should have kept count.
I can't focus on remembering this number when you're talking. Clearly, I'm not fit to help you deal with this, so if you would just shut up, I could talk to this super successful world-class neurologist who might actually help you manage this instead of making everything worse.
That's great. That's amazing. Okay, I'll be quiet. How do you know world-class neurologists? Sorry, I'll be quiet.
Okay. Now you're watching me. Yeah, I can't remember.
I ruined everything. Now what? Do I get a lawyer? Maybe I could go home. Oh, wait, I was scared my house was getting...
Think the toilet in there still works?
Lucas rolled over onto his face.
I said the FBI would come after me too. You realize that? And the craziest part is, I don't even think my heart rate's rising. I think I'm in shock.
Don't give me that face. God, okay, I remembered it. Hey, Amelia! It's Aisha. Aisha Rodman? From, Stanford? Long time no see! That's what they said? that Stanford rumor mill. Well, no, it was wrong. I still have my license and I'm doing great. I just worked with well, no, I shouldn't, with client confidentiality. Oh, what the hell? Rhymes with Schmenifer Schlorence. You're working with her too. That two-timer.
Price and Grimes canoed away from Lucas's demolished house.
I bet it's about my unpaid parking ticket.
Was the price bad? Was it bad?
I got a promotion.
For sticking it to the man?
Officer Grimes, how would you like to be assistant to a special agent Price for our nation's Federal Bureau of Investigation? Told me the news. I never expected this in a million years. I didn't even apply. It's like there's something out there in the universe.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Now look away. Nature calls.
Okay.
Aisha sat beside Lucas on the floor.
Lucas, are you awake? Her name is Dr. Amelia. She's a neurologist, big name, or whatever. She says she might be able to fix you. She could completely remove the condition.
Lucas sat up.
She could fix me?
Yep. Very impressive of her, huh?
I didn't think it was possible. I would have gone so many years ago if... Thank you.
He hugged her.
Wow. Well, then let's go.
Don't do it.
What? Come on, let's go.
I know I shouldn't be speaking. I know I kind of caused this whole mess, but you have superpowers, Lucas. And you want to get rid of them?
Thanks to my superpowers, I've spent my entire adult life alone. Thanks to my superpowers, I hurt the people close to me no matter what I do. I can't watch action movies, I can't eat sushi, I can't let myself get a sunburn. Of course I want to get rid of them.
And you really want all of those things.
What are you insinuating?
I'm just saying, she's offering you an easy fix. But don't you want to see what you can do?
No, I don't.
Then, fine. But, one condition. You earned me my first $20 in a month. And I want to see what you can do. We'll set up shop near the doctor, and you're gonna make my clients believe I'm a real psychic. We'll do that until I have a following, and then I'll bring you to the doctor.
You want to scare me to earn you money?
It's that. Or you go back to the way the things were. Alone, riddled with guilt, I presume. Or you could have friends. Have family like a normal person. Watch an action movie, eat sushi, get a sunburn. What do you say?
Where do we go?
Welcome to Macho Man Ski Resort, where all the thrill mongers with poor judgment come to endanger themselves and get exploited. And it belongs to, J. Hart. I wonder if you two are related. Now, where's that key? Aha!
No, we are going anywhere else. A shed, a public restroom, a Dunkin' Donuts. Please, anything else. You did this on purpose, didn't you? Admit it!
Still want to go to that doctor who could fix you?
You had better be the most boring psychic there ever was. Go, quick! I don't want her to see me!
And so, Lucas and Aisha set up shop in the open storefront at Macho Man Ski Resort, where Lucas would have to become a listener on purpose. And all hell was about to break loose.
Hey, thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave a comment whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Don't Worry is created by me, Kiana Brizendine, written and directed by Kiana Brizendine, Liam Stauffer, and Rowan Levy, produced by Kiana Brizendine and Lisbeth Jackson, scored by Minar Hashmi, edited by Kyle Brizendine, Liam Stauffer, Rowan Levy, and Kiana Brizendine, and sound effects by Rowan Levy, and last but not least, assistant directed by Lucia Liffland and Bella Reese. Starring Benjamin Hale as narrator, Chase Wayne Duffy as Lucas, Kiana Brizendine as Jovi, Marissa Saleh Collette as Aisha, Miles O'Rourke as Officer Price, Calvin Pineda as Officer Grimes, Rowan Levy as Georgie, Leo Riley as Steve, Asher Wright as Dave, Bryce Fody as Clark, Anthony Leo as Superman Kid, Lucinda Guy as Reporter, and Lucia Lifland as the Pulse Watch. That gnarly guitar shredding you heard was played by Yadiel Gomez, and our translation consultants were Bridget White, Lucia Lifland, Yolande Brizendine, Sebastian Kaplan, Ishan Shaw, Bella Reese, and John Burns. And special thanks to Benjamin Hale, Brad Brizendine, and Thomas Mark.